Hi, this is Brandon, and this is video number 5 of the City of Terre Haute website training. And in this video, I'm going to talk about folders, display types, and default pages. As you can tell, I have the website pulled up in Google Chrome. I'm logged into the website, as you can tell by the black bar on the side. I also have the website pulled up in Microsoft Edge, but I'm logged out of the website. So this will be what I use to see what the public can see, and I'll perform my edits in Google Chrome. So I want to talk about display types, and to do that I want to demonstrate one folder in particular, and it is the City Council previous year's 2009 ordinances. Okay, if I pull this up in my other browser, and I do that by copying the URL and pasting it into my other browser that I'm logged out of, I can click paste and go, or I can click paste and then hit enter. It's up to you. You can see how the content is displayed to the public. Now, if I want to change the way the content is displayed, I have options over on my left side, right here on the display link. So inside this 2009 ordinances folder, I can change the way it looks. Right now, I have tabular view selected. What's right underneath the display text is the view that I have selected currently. I can change this to grid view if I'd like. And as you can see, we have no content. Same thing happens if I look at it from the public side. Nothing appears. So this is the point I want to stress, is that grid view does not display files. It only displays folders and pages. We'll come back to grid view in a moment. I want to display my content, obviously, in this folder, so I'm going to select a view other than grid view. I can choose to view or have my content displayed using standard view, all content, summary view, tabular view. I'll let you explore these on your own. You can choose how you want to display your content, but I'm going to go back to tabular view for now. So this is how you change your display type. I've just changed it back to tabular view. Now if I click refresh over here, you can see that tabular view is what is displayed to the public. Now, let's go to a different type of folder. I'm going to go to information technology, and I'm going to go down to my sandbox folder that I've made. And as you can see right here, this is the grid view, and content is displayed. Even if I copy and paste my URL to my other browser, I should have content displayed. I don't have content displayed because I have my content set to private, but let's publish that externally. And then let's try it again. Well, not. Oh, let me copy that again. Try it one more time. Copy. And paste and go. And there we have our content showing up. This is the grid view right here. And since I have pages inside my folder, they are displayed in the grid view, and I have links where I can travel to those pages. But let's go back and take a look inside our folder here. I want to go over all the options on the left side. Contents, I've discussed this previously, but let's take a look. This shows me all the content I have inside my folder. And these are This is the path, or the breadcrumbs as it's sometimes referred to, of where I am. This shows me where I am on my site. This is the root of the site. I'm inside the departments folder, inside the information technology folder. I'm looking at Brandon's Sandbox, as you can tell by the title. I have options in this view. I can click the gear icon and I can set this page as my default page. I'll talk about default page here in a minute, but I just want to rehash the content view to show you how useful it can be. If I go to edit, this is going to allow me to edit my folder. I don't have many options here. The only thing I can do is change the title and the summary. I can change and add tags. And I have the same options basically that I have on other pieces of content, but I don't want to perform any edits on the folder right now, so I'm going to click cancel. So let's say I'm in the contents view and I want to view what my default view is. I click the view link right here, and that takes me to my default view that I have, which is the grid view. So the view is a way to see what your current default view is. I've gone over contents, edit, and view. If I want to add new content to my folder, I can click add new, and I have options here to add content. As I said, this would be the equivalent of adding a folder or a file inside of a folder on your operating system, but this is the way to do it on the website. Right now my folder is in a state of externally visible, which is the state that it needs to be in if you want the public to see it. And since it's externally visible and I'm logged out on this browser, if I hit refresh, it still shows up to me. The public is able to see this. However, if I want to retract content, I can click the link and click retract. Now, like it was doing before, it's not going to allow me to log in, or it's not going to allow me to see the content. I would have to log in to see it first. So, publish externally is the way to allow the public to see it. If I want to publish something for only city employees or logged in users, I would publish internally. The public still would not be able to see it, but logged in users would if they had the appropriate permissions. Submit for publication is what you would select if you were not a publisher but just a content editor or a content creator. If you create content for your department but you don't have permission to publish it, this is where you would submit for publication. I can perform actions on my folder. I can cut it and paste it into another location on the website, and all the usual options that you have on files. Portlets is something that you're probably not going to mess with unless you're working with IT on, so I would leave that alone. This just shows you when the last modification was made on the folder. If I click refresh, it's probably going to show like a minute ago, or yeah, there we go. Sharing is what you would use to control who can see, who has permission to view this particular folder. So I want to talk about display types. This is the grid view that I have displayed. Whatever shows up underneath the display text is what you have selected. You have many options here. You have album view, event listing, all content, standard, and each of these look different. You can explore these on your own, but as I mentioned before, grid view does not display pages, or I'm sorry, it only displays pages and folders, subfolders inside of a folder. So a grid view is an option you can use if you have pages and folders, but it's not a good option if you have files inside of a folder. In that case, you would want to use something like tabular view or summary view or standard. I'll let you explore those and you can see how they look. Now I have another scenario let's pretend that I have this page here, and when people navigate to my sandbox, let's say I have a page that I have prepared that has lots of content on it, and I want to display that as my view when people arrive to this folder. If I wanted to do that, I could come here and go to display and select content item as default view. This brings up another window in which I can click and select the content that I want displayed as my default page. So let's click. I'm going to have another really awesome page. It's got that pretty picture, so I'm going to use that. So now you can see by the breadcrumbs here at the top, I'm in Brandon Sandbox folder, but I have a page displayed instead of a display type. So I have a piece of content that is showing up instead of a view type that just lists all my content. So we have the picture and all the content that is on this page. And since this is all externally visible, it should, I think my folder is still externally visible. Let's go to the contents and find out. Actually, I need to go up one level, so I'm going to go to the sandbox and go up back one level to the information technology folder. And it's on the second page here. So I was wrong. My folder is not externally visible, externally published, as you can tell by the red. The red text indicates that this is private content. Purple indicates that it's internally published. If I want to, I can use this contents view as a way to set a default view as well. So I will go and click on my folder. Oh, it didn't work. Let me try again. It's not letting me go there. Let's go back. Let's click the contents again. Okay, rather than clicking that link, I'm just going to click on, I think this is wanting me to move, this is what I would click to move it. Actually, let's just go over here. I can edit it from here, so I can click on this, and it's just not wanting me to go there. Okay, it worked that time. Not sure what happened there, a little quirk with the browser, but you can tell right here that my folder is in a private state, but I want to publish it externally, so I click Publish Externally, and I have my folder, which should now be visible to the public. And now I have the page displayed for my folder instead of a display type that lists all the content. So this can be useful if you have a page that you've designed for your department that you want to display, or any other folder that you want to have a page displayed on. So we're not limited to just displaying content by having a boring list. We can have a nice pretty page like this displayed as a default page for a folder. So I hope this video has cleared up a little bit of confusion about folders and the view types that we have available to us, and when those view types are appropriate, as well as the default pages and when those are appropriate. So if you have any questions, you can contact me, but I hope that helped rather than confused you more. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you in other lessons and videos.